Hi there. Today we're embarking on a captivating journey as we step back in time to explore the legendary TV series, Lassie. I'm sure many of you hold fond memories of this classic show. Lassie is a timeless gem that has left an indelible mark on television history. Join us as we relive the magic, revisiting the series with the entire cast, then and now. We'll uncover the original identities and ages of the talented actors from the show and witness how they've transformed in the year 2023. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of Lassie together. John Provost as Timmy Martin. Timmy Martin, brought to life by actor John Provost, remains an iconic character from the 1954 Lassie TV series, as well as the new Lassie. His memorable presence was first felt in the 1957 episode titled The Runaway during Season 4. At the remarkably tender age of 4, John Provost made his entry into showbiz with a role in the film The Country Girl, 1954, alongside legendary stars Bing Crosby and Grace Kelly. His early career also included appearances in Back from Eternity, 1956, with Anita Ekberg and Escapade in Japan, 1957, where he shared the screen with talents like Teresa Wright, Cameron Mitchell, and the yet undiscovered and uncredited Clint Eastwood. Despite his impressive start in the film industry, Provost transitioned seamlessly into television and further films. His credits include This Property is Condemned with Natalie Wood and Robert Redford, as well as The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, where he acted alongside Kurt Russell. Eventually, John decided to pursue higher education at Sonoma State University, where he found his new calling. He made occasional returns to Hollywood for select roles, but his primary focus shifted to real estate in Sonoma County, California. He dedicated his time to various charitable causes, such as the Humane Society, Easter Seals, Canine Companions for Independence, and local charities. Additionally, he actively participates in celebrity conventions and autograph shows, all while championing animal welfare. In recognition of his outstanding contributions to the entertainment industry, John Provost was awarded a star on the prestigious Hollywood Walk of Fame, forever immortalizing his impact. His compelling memoir, Timmy's in the Well, The John Provost Story, was published in December 2007 by Cumberland House Publishing, ISBN 978-15818-26197. In August 2008, the Pocono Mountains Film Festival bestowed upon him a well-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award, highlighting his enduring influence on both screen and society. June Lockhart as Ruth Martin. Ruth is wedded to Paul Martin, an agricultural school graduate and dedicated farmer. Together, they purchased a small farm and welcomed Timmy, a foster child, into their home. Ruth is depicted as a pragmatic and capable woman, a devoted wife and mother, actively engaged in her community. She proudly carries the legacy of her family's theatrical lineage. The daughter of Canadian-American actor Gene Lockhart, renowned for his 1933 Broadway success in Ah, Wilderness, and English-born actress Kathleen Lockhart, née Arthur. Her familial ties are deeply rooted in the world of performance. Her grandfather, John Coates Lockhart, was a notable concert singer, further enriching her artistic heritage. June Lockhart's journey into the spotlight commenced at a tender age, making her stage debut at 8 years old as Mimsy in Peter Ibbotson, a production by the Metropolitan Opera. Her true breakthrough came in 1947 with her role in For Love or Money, catapulting her into her own realm as a promising movie actress. In her personal life, Lockhart experienced the ebb and flow of relationships. She entered matrimony with John F. Maloney in 1951, leading to the birth of 2 daughters, Anne Lockhart and June Elizabeth. Unfortunately, this union ended in divorce in 1959. Her subsequent marriage to architect John Lindsay also met a similar fate, concluding in October 1970, and she has remained unremarried. Throughout her life, Lockhart has maintained her faith in Roman Catholicism. Remarkably, June Lockhart's interests extended beyond her acting career. She harbored a lifelong fascination with American presidential candidates and the media's role in covering them. Her reporter friend Merriman Smith facilitated her travels alongside both major party candidates during the 1956 presidential election, Dwight D. Eisenhower and Adlai Stevenson. This unique experience continued into the 1960 election. In recognition of her involvement, she secured a lifetime White House press pass in 1957, affording her access to numerous presidential briefings until 2004. Despite belonging to the greatest generation, Lockhart embraced the evolving sounds of rock music. Her affinity for the genre led her to spontaneous excursions to witness emerging rock bands. In interviews, her Lost in Space co-star Bill Mumy fondly reminisced about attending concerts at Hollywood's Whiskey A Go-Go with her. Notably, she was an avid fan of David Bowie, often carrying his picture in her wallet. Hugh Riley as Paul Martin. Paul Martin is a fictional character featured in the long-running television series Lassie, 1954-1973. Paul works as a farmer and is the devoted husband of Ruth, who serves as a housewife. This loving couple fulfills the role of adoptive parents to Timmy, a foster child residing on a small farm located in the heart of the American Midwest, which they purchased together. In addition to his television role, Riley made notable contributions to Broadway. His credits include performances in acclaimed productions such as Fair Game, 1957, Dear Charles, 1954, Never Say Never, 1951, Second Threshold, 1950, and The Curious Savage, 1950. Riley's career extended into the realm of early television anthology series. He made his screen debut in the 1949 episode The Flying Gerardos of Kraft Television Theater. Subsequently, he graced the screens of various shows, including Robert Montgomery Presents, 1950-1955, the Ford Television Theater, 1951, Broadway Television Theater, 1953, Armstrong Circle Theater, 1953-1957, Appointment with Adventure, twice in 1955, The Alcoa Hour, 1956, and Crossroads, where he hosted the 1956 episode Through the Window. Notably, Riley portrayed David Naughton, the husband of the titular character in the American television series Claudia, 1952. His film appearances included roles in Johnny Stool Pigeon, 1949, and Bright Victory, 1951. Riley's television presence spanned into the 1970s, where he took on diverse roles. He ventured against type when he joined the cast of CBS's soap opera The Edge of Night as Dr. Simon Jessup, a fraudulent spiritualist and attempted murderer, from December 1971 to May 1973. His television credits also include appearances in single episodes of ABC's The FBI in 1967 and NBC's Father Murphy in 1982. Hugh Riley passed away on July 17, 1998, in Burbank, California, due to emphysema. Robert Bray as Corey Stewart. Robert Bray assumed the role of Ranger Corey Stewart for the majority of the Forest Service years of the series, spanning from 1964 to 1968. Bray's journey in the world of cinema commenced in 1946, when he signed a contract with RKO Pictures. He initially graced the screen in B-westerns, including his appearance in the 1949 film Rustlers. The 1950s saw the versatile actor taking on a range of roles, such as his participation in the 1952 episode titled Thunder over Inyo, from the syndicated Western television series The Adventures of Kit Carson. In 1954, he portrayed the bandit Emmett Dalton in an episode of Jim Davis's syndicated Western series, Stories of the Century. That same year, he made a guest appearance in Reed Hadley's CBS crime drama, The Public Defender. On December 4, 1955, Bray was cast as the petroleum pioneer Patillo Higgins in the episode titled Spindletop, The First Great Texas Oil Strike, January 10, 1901. On the CBS history series, You Are There, recounting the origins of the Texas oil industry. Bray's television career featured notable appearances, including starring in 3 episodes of NBC's Western series Laramie between 1960 and 1963. He also made appearances in 3 episodes of CBS's Perry Mason, with roles ranging from private detective and murder victim Carl Davis in The Case of the Footloose Doll, 1959, to title character and defendant Mitch Heller in The Case of the Angry Astronaut, 1962. In 1963, he portrayed the wealthy murder victim Martin Walden in episode 180 titled The Case of the Potted Planter. Additionally, he guest-starred in NBC's Temple Houston, Overland Trail, and The Loretta Young Show. Bray's presence extended to 4 episodes of CBS's suspense anthology series Alfred Hitchcock Presents from 1958 to 1961. Jan Clayton as Ellen Miller. Ellen Miller, a fictional character in the enduring television series Lassie, 1954 to 1973, depicts the life of a war widow residing on a wind-swept Midwestern farm. Her household includes her young son, Jeff, and her father-in-law, George Miller. In the early 1940s, Clayton found her footing as a starlet under the banner of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Although she appeared in several films during this period, none of them garnered significant acclaim, except for an uncredited role in the 1948 film The Snake Pit, where she portrayed a singing inmate. One notable highlight in Clayton's career was her portrayal of Julie Jordan in the original 1945 Broadway production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's timeless classic, Carousel. Her voice can be heard on the original cast recordings of both Carousel, 1945, and the 1946 Broadway revival of Kern's 1927 musical play, Showboat. Notably, the Showboat album marked the first American production of the show to be recorded with its original cast. The 1970s brought a turning point in Clayton's life as she sought treatment for her battle with alcoholism. Reflecting on her journey, she shared in a 1976 interview with People magazine, "My drinking got worse after my daughter died. Before that, I was a social drinker. But even then, after a few drinks, I'd get the sillies, then the cries, and finally, the meanies." In 1970, she made the pivotal decision to join Alcoholics Anonymous, embarking on a path to recovery. Clayton's commitment extended to helping counsel other individuals grappling with alcoholism, offering guidance on reclaiming their lives. Every Thursday, she volunteered by answering phones for the Alcoholism Council of Greater Los Angeles, eventually becoming a board member within the organization. Tragically, Clayton's life was cut short by cancer in West Hollywood, California, on August 28, 1983, a mere 2 days following her 66th birthday. Tommy Rettig as Jeff Miller. Jeff Miller, a fictional character brilliantly portrayed by child actor Tommy Rettig, resides on a quaint farm alongside his mother, Ellen, and his grandfather, George. His closest companion is none other than the steadfast Porky. Upon reaching adulthood, Rettig chose to go by the name Tom, navigating the challenging transition from child star to grown-up life. This journey was marked by high-profile legal complications, particularly in connection with illicit recreational drugs. Notably, he faced legal consequences, including a 1972 conviction for cultivating marijuana on his farm and a subsequent cocaine possession charge in 1976. From which he emerged acquitted. Transitioning away from acting, Rettig found his calling as a motivational speaker. Through his engagement in computer mailing lists, he also became an early participant in the burgeoning realm of personal computers. In a heartwarming reunion with his youthful role, Rettig made a special guest appearance as the mature Jeff Miller in an episode of the television series The New Lassie, sharing the screen with fellow Lassie alumni, including John Provost. This memorable episode aired on October 25, 1991, rekindling the magic of Lassie for a new generation. Notably, the updated series featured appearances from Roddy McDowall and June Lockhart, who had both played pivotal roles in the Lassie franchise's storied history. However, on February 15, 1996, Rettig's life was tragically cut short due to heart failure. George Cleveland as George Gramps Miller. George Gramps Miller, a beloved fictional character in the enduring television series Lassie, was brought to life by the seasoned film and television actor George Cleveland. Gramps made his memorable debut in the inaugural episode of the series titled The Inheritance, endearing himself to viewers. Cleveland's portrayal graced the screens during the show's initial 3 seasons, from 1954 to 1956, and he continued to captivate audiences with his character's presence in the first 12 episodes of the 4th season in 1957. However, in a poignant turn of events, his passing in July 1957 was seamlessly woven into the storyline, becoming the driving force behind the Miller family's decision to sell their farm and bid farewell to their beloved countryside, marking a significant chapter in the series. Tragically, Cleveland's life was cut short by a heart attack on July 15, 1957, when he was 71 years old. He left behind his devoted spouse, Dorothy Mellick, whom he had married as a widower in 1955. Cleveland's journey in love had previously led him to Victory Bateman, to whom he was wed from 1910 to 1926, a union forged during their joint theatrical tours in the vibrant world of vaudeville. Joey De Vieira as Porky Brockway. Sylvester Brockway, affectionately known as Porky among his friends, resides on a picturesque farm with his parents Matt and Bertie, sharing their homestead with their faithful basset hound Pokey. The heartwarming bond between Porky and his best friend Jeff Miller forms the cornerstone of their rural adventures. Vieira's introduction to the world of entertainment saw him adopt his professional surname as a tribute to his aunt, the iconic Ruby Keeler, celebrated for her dazzling performances in numerous Warner Bros. Musicals during the 1930s. His early foray into television included appearances in beloved shows like The Pride of the Family, The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, Shirley Temple's Storybook, and My Three Sons. On the silver screen, Vieira made notable appearances in films such as The Private War of Major Benson, 1955, alongside Charlton Heston, and The Patriot, 2000, where he portrayed the character Peter Howard alongside Mel Gibson. Beyond his acting roles, Vieira demonstrated his versatility by taking on responsibilities in writing, producing, and directing. Venturing into the realm of music, Vieira embarked on a music career during the 1970s and 1980s, leaving his creative imprint. Notably, one of his songs was sampled by Tyler, the Creator, for the track 911 Mr. Lonely on the album Flower Boy. Intriguingly, Vieira's family ties extended to the world of entertainment, as he was not only the nephew of the illustrious Ruby Keeler, but also the half-brother of actor Ken Weatherwax, recognized for his portrayal of Pugsley Addams on the cherished 1960s television sitcom The Addams Family. George Chandler as Uncle Petrie Martin. Uncle Petrie, affectionately known as Petrie J. Martin, is a cherished fictional character within the enduring tapestry of the American television series Lassie. The endearing role of Petrie is masterfully brought to life by the talented George Chandler, who stepped into the series to embrace the role of a beloved grandfather figure, a role previously embodied by George Cleveland as George Gramps Miller during the initial seasons of the show. George Chandler's illustrious career encompassed a multitude of cinematic endeavors, with his presence gracing numerous movies in incidental and background roles. For contemporary audiences, he may be recognized for his appearance in the Max Sennett comedy masterpiece The Fatal Glass of Beer, 1933, where he portrayed the character Chester, the wayward youth who, in a moment of folly, dared to sip beer in a saloon, setting in motion a cascade of comedic misadventures alongside the legendary W.C. Fields. In 1956, George Chandler undertook the role of the homespun philosopher Ichabod Adams in an episode of Robert Montgomery Presents titled Goodbye, Gray Flannel, a performance that resonated with audiences. He reprised this cherished role in 1957, gracing another episode of Robert Montgomery Presents titled One Smart Apple. Adding to his illustrious career achievements, Chandler was elected as the president of the esteemed Screen Actors Guild in 1960, a testament to his standing within the industry and his dedication to the well-being of fellow actors. Sadly, George Chandler's final act took place in Panorama City, California, where he succumbed to cancer on June 10, 1985, just shy of his 87th birthday. John Shepard as Paul Martin. In the realm of television, he achieved the distinction of being the very first actor to embody the character of Paul Martin in the enduring series Lassie. Shepard's notable presence graced the Lassie series during its 3rd season, where he made a guest appearance in the episode titled Lassie's Day, originally broadcast on February 10, 1957. In this memorable episode, he portrayed Al, the amiable delivery man for Martha's Bakery, leaving an indelible mark on the show's narrative. Transitioning seamlessly to the world of film, Shepard showcased his acting prowess in the compelling movie Attack, 1956, where he assumed the role of CP John Jackson, serving as the orderly to the less-than-popular Captain Cooney, portrayed by Eddie Albert. One memorable sequence within the film sees Jackson inadvertently provoking the ire of his fellow unit members as he dares to jump the coffee queue, setting the stage for tension and conflict. His filmography further includes notable works like The Power of the Resurrection, 1958, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, 1962, and The Garment Jungle, 1957, highlighting his versatility and contributions to the cinematic landscape. With the passage of time, Shepard departed from this world in August 2017, marking the end of a remarkable life journey, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances and contributions to the world of entertainment. He was 89 years old at the time of his passing. Cloris Leachman as Ruth Martin. Portrayed by the talented Cloris Leachman during the 4th season, her character left an indelible mark when the final episode of the Timmy era aired in 1964. In the series, she assumed the role of Timmy's adoptive mother, sharing a heartfelt connection with him. This nurturing bond unfolded as Paul and she relocated to the farm, embarking on a journey that would forever intertwine their lives with Timmy and Lassie's. However, their path ultimately led them to make the difficult decision to leave Timmy and Lassie behind in the United States as they embarked on a new chapter in Australia. Cloris Leachman's journey to stardom was paved with notable achievements. After securing a scholarship during the Miss America pageant, where she impressively ranked in the top 16, she delved into the world of acting. Her passion for the craft led her to study under the guidance of the renowned Elia Kazan at the Actors Studio in New York City. During her career, she stepped into a pivotal role as a replacement for Nellie Forbush in the original production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's timeless classic, South Pacific. Leachman's life was also enriched by meaningful friendships with luminaries like Mort Saul and Marlon Brando, both of whom she befriended while honing her craft under Elia Kazan's tutelage in the 1950s. Her connection with Brando extended to her husband, who forged a close bond with the legendary actor. This connection led to her husband directing Brando in The Ugly American, 1963, and she later penned a memoir titled Marlon Brando, The Way It's Never Been Done Before, 2005, to commemorate their unique friendship. On January 27, 2021, Cloris Leachman peacefully passed away in her sleep at her residence in Encinitas, California, marking the end of a remarkable life journey. At the time of her passing, she had gracefully lived to the age of 94. The cause of her departure was attributed to a stroke. We bid farewell to the cast of Lassie from 1954. We've witnessed their incredible journey through time. From their roles on the iconic show to their later endeavors and the legacies they've left behind, it's clear that these actors have made an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. While we cherish the memories of the past, we're reminded that their talents and contributions continue to inspire us today. Join us next time as we explore more about the remarkable lives and careers of your favorite stars. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our Then and Now series. Thank you for taking this nostalgic trip with us, and we'll see you in the next episode.